Hey everyone on the replay. Give me just a couple seconds to get this all kind of worked out here. Just need to have it plugged in, so I need to try to hide the cord for most of it. I actually have another cord that I cannot find that is longer, that plugs in better. No, Ms. Anthe. Ms. Anthe is joining us, and she thinks since this is empty, she can come on up. I don't know if anyone's actually going to join me. I just decided today I would pop on. So let me pop on over to YouTube and see if anyone is going to join me. Or if I'm just going to get comments from the, whatchamacallit, the replay. No big deal either way. I thought I'd come on, do a couple of things. First, I have a haul. For those of you who've been watching my channel, you may know I started on October 1st with a freeze. 5, 6, 7, hang on, how many days now? We're almost working on a week. No, Ms. Anthe, get down. Of isolation in my house. Because currently I am working from home. I've left the house to go to the grocery store, and I do have to pop into work early in the morning a couple of days a week to pick up things, drop off things, check a couple of mailboxes that I only have access to on site. Other than that, I've been in my house, other than like taking walks around our neighborhood, which is great, but I can't walk around Target, which is way more fun. So, oi. Anyway, so it took about almost a week. Well, not really, because I ordered it a couple days ago. But, and now all of a sudden I am shopping all of the things. So, yay. All right, so I placed an order at Paper Issues a couple days ago. It came in today. I also placed an order at my little scrapbook store last night, so Wednesday night. So that'll be coming next week. And I will be totally honest, I have a feeling I'm going to do a little bit more shopping too, because now at this point I'm just like, well, if you're going to buy one of the things, you should just go ahead and buy all of the things. And pretty much I've talked myself into it. So probably once I finish this, I'm going to go get myself an adult beverage. I've also increased my adult beverage intake by quite a bit, and start some retail therapy. All right, so let me show you what I got at Paper Issues. First, I have to show you the card. How ridiculously cute is that? It says, "Thank you for being a friend," and then it's got the little Golden Girls characters on the card. That is seriously ridiculously cute. And that made me laugh, which was nice. It was nice to laugh. Okay, before I move into the haul, let me just say, speaking of my little scrapbook store, they are having an online crop this weekend. I know a lot of different places are. Actually, Paper Issues is as well. But as to my little scrapbooking store, there are going to be Facebook Lives all weekend long, and I am going to be going on live on an event in the Facebook My Little Scrapbook Store Online Crops Facebook group. I will put a link to that in the description box below. I will also put a link to my event, but there are tons of YouTubers who are not tons. There's about a dozen YouTubers who are going to be doing some Facebook Lives. Some are not YouTubers, they just do Facebook Lives. But they're all going to be doing it as part of her crop this weekend. There'll be challenges and all good stuff starting Saturday morning, and the lives and stuff are Saturday and Sunday, and then the challenges go on for a bit after that. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. If you have any interest, as I said, they will be in the description box below. So let's start off with the items that precipitated the whole, oh, I'm going to go shopping. Now, I will say that in regards to Paper Issues, I did not actually spend any money, because for Christmas, I actually received a very generous gift certificate, and I actually only spent just over half of it, so I can still do a little bit more shopping there when I feel a need to. So, but the thing that really got me going to the shopping were these Simple Stories Color Vibe foam alpha stickers. I picked up several in several different colors, and I will just go through them. I may pick up some more. I'm not gonna lie. One thing I will say, this is the blush color, which for me, when I think of blush, and for what it looked like online, to me, it should be a pale pink. In reality, it's peach. Okay, it is not blush. It is peach. Now I'm fine with that. There are plenty of peach colored things to work with. But if you are looking for a pale pink alpha foam thicker, it is not this. This is peach, most definitely. Next, I picked up Robin's Egg, which is an like Tiffany blue, so like that color just in between Robin's Egg, mint and aqua. And this is, when I think of Robin's Egg, this is definitely the color I think of. I then got Coral, which is a dark peach, or just right on the cusp between pink and orange. Same exact color I would think of when I think of Coral. We then have Green, and it's a very nice spring green. Color I wanted, color I thought it would be. And then I picked up 2 navy. I didn't get the red, yellow, the actual orange, the white, or the black. The white and the black I didn't get because I have tons and tons and tons of white and black thickers. The others I didn't get because I don't tend to scrapbook with those colors, and I have several, these are not thickers, obviously they are by Simple Stories foam alpha stickers, but I have dimensional stickers, dimensional alphas in those colors that I haven't used already, so I didn't feel the need to pick them up. But I might go back and get a second one of Coral and a second one of Robin's Egg. And like I said, this is the only one where I didn't feel the name of the color really identified the actual color. Because like I said, when I think of blush, I think of like a light pink, a pale pink. I don't think of this color, which is actually peach. So that's what, said, well, I might as well just go pick them up because I wanted them since I saw them at Creativation. Technically, I'm not breaking my freeze because I'm spending a gift certificate, and I haven't left the house for almost a week, other than to take a walk around the neighborhood or go to the grocery store, and apparently I don't handle that well. So we're gonna shop. For those of you who don't know, and that would probably be all of you, except if you're a very small group of people, I'm actually moving. Right around the same time that this whole coronavirus came about, this house that I rent sold, and we were told that the new owners no longer wanted to rent this side. I live in a duplex. They didn't want to rent this side. So they didn't want to rent out this side. So we have 3 months to move. And then everything shut down. So it's really not easy looking for a place when everything has shut down. Luckily, in my state, they are putting in protections for people. So just in case you know, if you rent a house and it sells in the state of Connecticut, you have 3 months to move. They can't tell you have 30 days to get out. You have 3 months. Because this is going on, they have put protections in place so that we cannot just be thrown out on the street because we're not up in 3 months. Basically, everything has been frozen, I think until May 1st, and then they will review it at that time to see where everything is going on. Hey, Pat. Oh no, I was just showing a haul and talking about the fact that I'm going to be moving. So obviously, on top of the stress of everyone being here all the time, we're 3 adults. My nephew is a college student. He's learning at home. My housemate is a hairdresser. They were shut down by the state, so she was laid off. I am working entirely from home other than going in a couple times a week. So I did some retail therapy, and there's more to come. I'll do another haul when I get my other stuff in. So I picked out all of these Simple Stories foam color alphas. Oh, these are all turned over. There we go. Now they're all facing the same way. And I was saying I love them all, and the only thing that's weird is what they call blush is actually a peach color, which is fine. As I said, I'm repeating myself. If you're watching the replay, I apologize. It's fine. Hi, Beth. So I'm guessing people are just joining now, so I will say, I was just saying that I'm going to be moving, that this kind of came around the same time as all of the isolationism came about. So between having to move and everybody being home and not being really able to go anywhere, I got really stressed and shocked. And it happens. We have found a place that we've applied to, and we're basically just waiting to hear if we got it. So hopefully, if you guys could send out the good juju. I don't want to ask for too much because right now there are a lot more serious things going on and a lot more issues in the world. So, you know, I'm not like saying, you know, please send everything to me. But if you've got a little bit of extra juju going on out there, I would really like just a little bit of juju headed my way. The good stuff. All right. Next thing I picked up are these Ellie Studio You Are Loved die cuts. And they are a mix of a lot of like love themed things, but what I really liked were all of the labels. I often use labels for journaling. I know a lot of times with the Ellie Studio, watching their design team, they use them for layering pieces too, and that's fine. That's absolutely a great way to use these. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take all the labels, and I actually have a little tray that keeps in the same town area. In the same area, not in the same town. We moved here 15 years ago, actually because the last house we were renting was being sold. It's like the only reason we move is because they sell the house. That's it. We kind of like to hunker down. Not the same, about 25 minutes from here. It makes a lot more sense to move to that area because it's closer to where my nephew goes to school. I mean, as I said, he is doing online right now due to the whole situation, but not too far. It's actually closer to my stepdad, which is nice. It's actually really close to where I grew up. So hopefully, that'll work out. Yeah, so all of the paper issue stuff, Beth, this is from a gift card that I got for Christmas. But an order I placed with my little scrapbook store, that was my own, you know, money. Should you be spending money when you're going to have to move in a month or two? Probably not. Did that matter to me? No, it did not. Anyway, as I was saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the labels and I'm going to put those in on a little tray where I keep all of my labels. There's like a little a little container over here, and I keep that there. And then I'm going to take all of the rest of it. So these tags and all the hearts and all of these, and I'm going to separate them by color. And that's how I keep all of my non-themed or from a specific line. Like I can just show you, I've got it right here. It's going to make a noise because I've got a frame leaning up against it. See? Yep. So I keep this little container, and in it I have all of my non-themed die cuts by color, multicolor, and then I've got a couple, like this one is lines where I just have the die cuts. I've been, for the most part, I broke those out all by color as well. There are a couple that are very specifically themed that I decided just to leave in their own envelope. Sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, I spent a lot of money. I'll be totally honest. I kind of went for all the mixed media and all the, what else did I get? All the mixed media, couple of papers. Yeah, yeah, we're not going to talk about it. I'll do a haul when everything comes in because I just kind of went off the rails in the retail therapy department. So that's what I'm going to do with those. I actually am down to like my last couple of label pieces. So I really did need them. All right. Speaking of labels, I also picked up from Pretty Little Studio, Color Me Happy line, these cut apart label pieces as well. I purchased a previous line with very similar colors. This obviously goes with the Color Me Happy line. I didn't buy anything else from that line. I just bought these. But I love, they're very smooth to write on. The colors are very saturated. So I wanted to get those as well. Once again, I do such a big part of my journaling goes on these cut apart sheets that I wanted to replenish my stash. All right, then I picked up a couple of pieces of Bloom Street by Pink Paisley, Paige Evans. This is all they had. I think Bloom Street is coming in very slow, but this is what I'm going to continue shopping until I have all of it or the majority of it because I love the colors. I do enjoy Paige Evans' designs extremely much. I own a ton of hers. I've actually worked myself, so I worked, I'm, okay, words are hard. So, what I was trying to say is, for the month of February, I used, for my For the Love of Homemade Kits kit, all Paige Evans stuff. So I worked my way through a lot of my Paige Evans stash. So I really wanted to add more to it. Plus I really like this, even though I don't need the girly color stuff, but hey, whatever, I wanted it. So I picked up paper number 10, which has these multicolored diamonds, and then a Cool Tones watercolor wash on the other side. Page number 6, which has these rainbow of hearts, and the hearts are like watercolored, so you can see different layers of all the different colors of hearts. And then the B side of that is a teal and aqua arrow paper. And then paper number 2, which is this multicolor floral. And then the B side is a pink and purple and blue watercolor. That is all Paper Issues had for Bloom. As I said, I am going to go back and get more from wherever I can get it. I'll be totally honest. I'm not even waiting for like sales and stuff. I'm just buying. Yeah. I have a little bit of disposable income from something I sold. So this isn't money I should be saving. It's just some, I mean, technically I probably should be saving it as well. It's not a large amount. I didn't spend a ton. But I need to not be in isolation, apparently. All right, so then I also picked up a couple of papers from the Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park collection. Now, for this collection, unlike the Bloom collection that I was talking about, I specifically only bought 3 pieces of paper. This was very themed with a lot of fruit and stuff like that, and that's just not my jam. So I was like, look, I have plenty of really generic things I can pull from my stash that I can go with this kit with wood veneer and flair and stickers and stamps and all of that stuff. I can definitely make this work without picking up the embellishments for it. So all I bought were the 3 pieces of paper. This one is called Whole Lotta Love, and it has all the different patterns in the hearts on a very creamy pale yellow background. The B side is a 2-tone floral in shades of blue. Next up, we have a multicolor floral. The flowers are very similar, as you can see, but obviously slightly larger and multicolor. This one is called Petaluma Petunia. The B side of this is a very rosy pink, and then it has what I'm sure are supposed to be either cacti or little leaves, but to be honest, they look like tiny little bird feet all over the page. And then the final piece of paper I got is called Pretty Piece, and it's this really true blue color with then little hash marks of white, red, lime green, and aqua. I don't know if it's a lime green or if it's a mustard yellow. It's hard to tell on this blue background. The B side of this is a little geometric pattern of aqua and white. There's like a little dark triangle in it, and I can't tell if it's no, it's actually in the paper. So there's like some sort of darker color section in this paper. I mean, it's fine. I'll either cover it up or I won't notice it when I go to use it. So one or the other. But I can even see it when I take it off. Like I've got my lights on here, so sometimes you get a weird shadow, but no, it's actually on the paper. All right, and the final thing I got is some of the Heidi Swapp storyline chapters line that she just... So storyline is like, I think she has several different releases for storyline. And then, so this one is called Chapters. So I picked up the ephemera, and here's the ephemera. Oh, my camera's over here. I always forget that my camera's over here. I don't know why. So there's frames and numbers and flowers and rainbows, and so I just really like the softness of this line. It's very quiet. It's very homey, so I wanted to pick that up. I also picked up the 6x12 stickers, which also have gold foil. We've got, once again, flowers, and there are a couple of fruits. Not my favorite, but I'll deal. And then the back side has a whole bunch of label stickers, which I thought was pretty awesome. I'm a sucker for a label. I gotta be totally honest. All right, so let's go through the papers. First, I have Staycation, which looks like an old awning or something like that. And it's like, could either read as green or blue, depending on what goes on to it, with white. The B side of it is like a mustard color tile pattern with cream, but then it looks really old and rusty. So I really like this side along with this side. And I don't know if I said the name of it. It's called Staycation. The next one up, we have this greenish gray background with double triangles on it for the A side. And it's called, I'm sorry, for the B side. It's called Mellow Yellow. And then this side is a yellow gingham. I definitely picked it for this side. I don't hate gingham, but if I'm going to go with a gingham, it will be a smaller gingham, and most likely it won't be a yellow gingham. Not that I don't like yellow, but that is not the shade of yellow I like. Next up, we have Sunnyside, and this has watercolor rainbow stripes. And I could probably use this paper about 15 times, but I just decided to buy one. And then the other side has a watercolor wash of yellow with then yellow dots and yellow suns. I then got this one called Homegrown. It has black and white polka dots, and then there's a very faint pattern around the edges of like gray, smaller, closer together polka dots, if that makes any sense. The B side of this is a very abstract, painted look floral. And then the final paper I got is called Everyday, and on this side it has cut aparts, tickets and labels and journaling and little die cutty things. And then the B side is this green and white stripe. And once again, it looks very textured. It actually looks kind of like a really close-up photo of a tea towel. All right, so that is what I purchased from Paper Issues. As I said, I did also purchase some things from my little scrapbook store, so I will share that in a haul when I receive that. And also don't forget, I will put in the description box below a link to the My Little Scrapbook Store online crops Facebook page. That is happening this weekend, so March 28th and 29th, so Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a weekend of live Facebook scrapbooking with different YouTube, not all YouTubers, but different scrapbookers, and including myself. I will be on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I will put a link to that Facebook event in the description box below, obviously, once I get off of being live. That is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Drop a comment below if you're watching on the replay and you have any questions whatsoever. Thank you to the 3 people watching. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Beth. Like I said, this was just, I decided this morning when I saw I was going to be getting my package today that I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to talk to someone besides my roommate and my nephew, because we literally have nothing to talk about anymore. We've been in this house for a week. My housemate rarely leaves. My nephew only leaves because he works at a grocery store, a job he got 2 weeks before this whole stay in your house, grocery store workers are essential. So, I mean, he's like, well, I'm kind of grateful that I still have a job and I'm still getting paid. He's like, but, you know, he's like kind of terrified of all the people who are in there. He worked that first weekend when everyone went bonkers and bought everything. He was like, Rachel, some lady bought 4 bunches of bananas. He's like, I don't know what she's going to do with 4 bunches of bananas because they're all going to go bad in a week. Like, well, maybe she really likes smoothies. Because if you don't know, if you like to drink smoothies, you can freeze bananas and then instead of ice, use a frozen banana as your cooling agent for the smoothie. Hi, Karen. Yeah, so sorry, I'm just reading the little chat. So the only time he leaves the house, they actually went and took the dogs for a drive. They're going to go look at the place that hopefully will be our new home, and there's a very lovely park nearby, and they're going to take the dogs for a very quick walk. Both of our dogs are elderly, especially Sadie. She can only really do a block before she's like, dude, I gotta rest. And she'll literally just sit down and be like, yeah, we're done. You can carry me home if you want to. All right, I am at the point where I am nattering. So, as I said, I'll leave the links all to the My Little Scrapbook Store weekend crop. Hopefully you can join me there. I don't know what I'm gonna work with. I was really thinking indigo and ivy, because I've got a page kit all ready for that, but I don't know. Now I've got a bunch of new stuff, and normally I kind of museum artifact it where I wrap it up, and then I feel like I get new things and I get them in and I go, look, you've got old things. You should totally be working with your old things rather than your new things before the old thing is getting you older. But I've been really working hard on my For the Love of Homemade Kits kit videos that I've really made a huge, between those and my Stash Bash videos with Kelly. Ooh, also coming up in a few days on April 1st will be our next Stash Bash, and we are doing a recipe. I picked 2 things you have to use. Kelly picked 2 things we have to use, and we're gonna make layouts there'll be other things obviously in the layouts, but we have to include those 4 things. Yeah, but the thing is, I do love indigo and ivy, so it's not like it's going to be a hardship to work with that. Anyway, as I said, I'm nattering at this point. I will put all the links in the description box below. I will see you guys this weekend on Facebook if you're going to join me for the 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon live I'm going to be doing. there are a ton of ladies going live all weekend long, up and down Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be super duper fun, which is great because I can't leave the house. So it'll be good to have different people to chat with and stuff like that for the whole weekend. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. I look forward to doing another live. I will probably do one not only on Facebook this weekend, but probably sometime next week I will do another live just because um I don't really have a lot to do, to be honest. Um so other than packing and stuff like that, and I'd pretty much do anything before that. Um so I'll probably do another live. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. Randomly random, but click me a thumbs up anyways. Bye.